Okay, so first off, welcome to another edition of Sheller Outdoors. It's 2014, and as you can see, everything is extremely green, and it's really hot. It's July 2014. The reason why I'm making this video today, two purposes. A, you know, I've been watching some YouTube videos of people shooting, and so it gives you an opportunity to kind of critique yourself and your form and whatnot. And the second reason was some of you might have seen a video that I put on. It was 2013 Swacker test, first doe. I posted this video, and of course in the video, it was in South Texas. There was a doe that popped out at 55 yards. She was broadside to me looking at us, but really couldn't tell what we were, and made a good shot on her. It was a double lung shot. We waited and went looking for the animal, and were unable to recover it in a timely fashion. I had 4 guys looking for her, and between the mosquitoes, possibility of rattlesnake bite, and the thorns down there in South Texas, after 150 yards, we just gave up on her. With that being said, I had somebody comment about shooting a deer at 55 yards and how that was an unethical decision. So today we're going to just kind of walk through. This is basically what I do when I come home year-round. Behind me you can probably see some of the targets that we have set up. I have 3 targets. I started out with a Glendale buck, and then graduated up to the Delta McKenzie hog, and then behind that is the Delta McKenzie elk target, which I bought this last year. We do some elk hunting in the west, so wanted something to kind of be able to help you judge these distances on these animals. And by shooting these 3D targets, it gives you a visual aid. So when you're looking at these animals, if you don't have a rangefinder, if you're in a situation where you have to make a quick decision or determination on yardage, you're able to do that with some pretty good confidence because you practiced shooting at these animals, so you kind of know what they look like at 40, 50, 60, 20, whatever the range is. So that being said, I'm going to have this camera set up today. We're going to be videotaping from this angle. I've got a GoPRO Hero 3 that I'm going to have at the target down there, so that you'll be able to kind of see the shot from this distance, and then of course the impact shot with the GoPro. Be able to bring both those videos together, and should make for some pretty entertaining footage there. But once again, guys, you know, I'm not trying to tell you how far you need to shoot. If you're comfortable at 30, you feel like that's an effective range for you, well then I suggest don't shoot past 30. Bow hunting is a very difficult process, and it's hard enough to give yourself the opportunity to get a shot from an animal. You know, the best laid plans are always twisted a little bit by the animal's decision to go right or left or take one trail over the other. So that being said, having an effective range out to 60, 70, 100 yards is just going to increase your opportunity. When I say effective range, I mean the ability to make that ethical shot. Given the circumstances, the environment, the wind direction, all that stuff, being able to make an ethical shot. On the video in question, you know, 55 yards, easy wind, animal didn't really know what it was looking at. In fact, didn't even move until the air was passing through its body. That was a good situation for that distance. So, like I said, we're going to kind of be setting everything up here. I've got my targets downrange. The hog, if you can see over here, is at 40 yards. The Glendale buck is down there at 50 yards. And of course the elk in the middle, that's at 60 from this point. So I'm gonna go get the GoPro set up, and then we'll come back on and go ahead and start shooting. Okay, so we're set up here. We got the GoPro on the hog right there. Once again, that's about 40 yards. So we'll go ahead and see what we can knock out right here. Trying out a new stabilizer here, the Axiom Axion stabilizer. And you'll notice I leave my quiver on sometimes just to kind of feel. Sometimes I hunt with it on, sometimes I hunt with it off. So we kind of leave it on every once in a while just to get the feel, the balance of the bow. I hadn't been shooting. This is my first time to shoot today. I've got 5 arrows, so we'll send them downstream. And our last arrow. Once again, 40 yards on the pig. Let's see what we got. Not bad. 40 yards. Okay, now we're going to be shooting at 60 yards. This is on the elk target, 60 yards. You can see the GoPro on the bottom down there. Okay, let's see how we do. Once again, it's a little warm out here. It's about 85 degrees. And I've got my daughter. She's come out to help me shoot, right? Get over here. Stand over here.
I think that's all many though.
Okay. 60 yards, 5 arrows. Let's see how we do.
No.
All right, let's see how we did. Not bad. As you can see, they're all inside the kill zone. We got one shot that's a little back, but the other shots are all in the vital areas. So once again, out of the 5 arrows, looks like one was a little far back, but that's the last shot. That's 15 shots. Last one was at 60. So once again, guys, whatever your effective range is, feel free to go after it. I encourage everybody to practice as much as possible so we can make ethical shots. And once again, it's a good opportunity to get outside, enjoy what God's given us, and get better at it. Appreciate you for tuning in today. Y'all be careful.